Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Claudia. On today's episode of Casa with Claudia, I'm going to be talking about whether you should buy or you should build your house. And the reason this is such a hot topic right now is because it's a seller's market and everyone is having a little bit more trouble trying to get into their home. It's taking them a longer time. There's more competition. So this is coming more into topic and more into people's head, like, okay, maybe I should build a home. I've never thought about this. Maybe I should give this an opportunity. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of building and buying, as the title says. So let's just go ahead and get started. So first thing I'm going to talk about are the pros of building your house. So first pro is customization, which is obvious, but you can customize the house however you want, whatever layout you want, the colors, the finishes, exactly how you want it. The second pro is no competition. So right now, houses are not being on the market for very long, so there's a lot of competition between buyers. But if you are building your own house, that is not something you have to worry about, just you and getting the house ready to be built. And lastly is low maintenance or minimal maintenance once you first buy this home. Everything should be up to date, all the technology, the AC, roofing, and all the stuff that can cause maintenance issues once you buy an existing home. This is not going to happen because everything is up to date and everything is brand new. Okay, now jumping into the cons. The first con is you have a longer wait time. So this is the first thing you should think about. Okay, do I have the time in order to wait for this house to be built? You have to get approved by the city, so many approvals have to happen, and then you have to find a contractor, then build the home. The average is about 7 months to build a house, so if you do not have the time, don't even think about it. The second con is it's harder to negotiate the price of this home. When someone's gonna buy an existing house, they're like, okay, I'm gonna try to get the most that I can. They always try to negotiate the price to come down. But once you are building a home, it's kind of harder to do this just because you have a contractor and this is what they charge. So that's something to definitely keep in mind as well. And lastly, stress. Yes, this may seem so obvious, but there is so much that can happen throughout this whole process. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know the kind of layout. You also have to stay within your budget, which is very important, and it could get out of hand very, very quickly because finishes start to add up. So it's very easy to get stressed throughout this process, especially if you do not have someone to guide you and you have no idea what you're doing. Now moving on to the pros of buying an existing home. The first pro is that obviously you can move in way faster. From the point of making an offer to actually closing is a much quicker process than actually having to wait months, years to build a house. The second pro is that buyers are able to negotiate the price. First of all, you have an agent with you working that obviously they know about negotiating, which would be me. But there is so much that comes when you are negotiating a price. For example, how many days it's been on the market, whether the house has been remodeled or not, the location. Usually when you're building a home, you buy the land first and then you would go ahead and find the contractor and all that fun stuff. So it's kind of harder to negotiate the price. But when you're buying an existing home, it's okay, this is the price, now let's get to it, let's try to negotiate and make it the best for you. And lastly, the pro is that you can make changes to the house little by little once you move in. Let's say it's not to your perfect taste, but you may not have money, you may need to save more money, whatever the situation may be, you can wait a little longer and make your upgrades as you go, and it'll be exactly how you want it. First con when you are buying an existing home is that there may be older appliances. For example, the roof may be 10 years old, the AC may be 5, whatever the number it may be, but everything is a little bit older and you could have more maintenance issues quicker than if you were to build your own home. For example, or should I say one of the best examples I can give is buying a brand new car versus buying a used car. When you buy a used car, you only know the information what the seller is giving to you. So this is what I did with the car, this is what I used it for, or whatever other information they may give you, and you have to trust. When you're buying a brand new car, it's brand new, it's right at the lot, and you know that everything is up to date and it should last you for X amount of years, and that's exactly how buying a new or an existing house is. The second con is that there may be housing market competition. That's exactly what's happening right now. Houses are being on the market for maybe an average about 20 days, which is crazy. So many people are fighting for one house, everyone's bidding, everyone's trying to get their offers in, and it's taking a much longer time. When you build your own house, it's just you, You're the one who's building it, you're the one who's gonna get it, so you don't have to deal with that stuff. And lastly, houses in your neighborhood may have a negative effect on your property's value. Let's say you live on 123 Street and you have the prettiest house on the block, and the houses around you haven't been rebuilt or remodeled in 50 whatever amount of years. So the day you do decide to sell, it's gonna bring your value down, and that's something that obviously people don't like, but it does happen when buying an existing home. When you do buy a house, or you decide to build a house, usually they're being built on houses that are also new around you, so you don't have that issue. And let's say if you're buying it on a vacant land, then it's just yours and you don't have to worry about houses around you that are bringing your house value down. So you may ask yourself, what is better? It really depends on how much money you have, how much time you are willing to put in, and that's pretty much going to answer your question. You need to look both at the benefits and the risk of both sides. You shouldn't make a decision without looking at both sides, because you may find out that something works for you that you didn't know before, and that's the most important part before making such a big decision. So yeah, I hope this helps, and thank you so much for watching. And if you want to support me and my channel, go ahead, comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!